Hello guys, today we will learn a famous poem written by Wordsworth, Daffodils. Let's learn something about Wordsworth. William Wordsworth was a nature lover. So he was famous as nature poet or poet of nature. He was honored as England's poet laureate. He defined poetry as spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings arising from emotions and tranquility. He was born on 7th April 1770 and died on 23rd April 1850. Friends, Wordsworth born and died in same month, that is April. The poem Daffodil was written by Wordsworth in between 1804 to 1807. Guys, one important point here to remember is some says it is written in the year 1802, but actually it was written in between 1804 to 1807. The fact behind it is, in the year 1804, he and his sister Dorothy went outside and saw these beautiful flowers first time. The idea to write a poem about daffodils came from that site. Later, after 1804 and before 1807, he wrote that poem. Another interesting fact about this poem is the name Daffodil was not given by Wordsworth himself. When he wrote the poem, the name was given by him was I Wandered as Lonely Cloud. Guys, he was written 3 stanzas initially. So initially there were 3 stanzas, but later one more stanza was added, that is stanza number 2. It was first got published in the year 1807. The revised version was published in the year 1815. Friends, the name Daffodils was given by Francis Palgrave in his collection of poems, The Golden Treasury. So the name Daffodil was given by Francis Palgrave, and the original name was the first line itself, I Wandered as Lonely Cloud. Friends, this is a lyric and each stanza is a sestet in which last 2 lines are couplet and the rhyme scheme is A, B, A, B, C, C. Let's start the poem. First stanza. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Here writer says, once he was moving lonely here and there like a cloud over the hills and vales. There he encountered with fluttering golden daffodils beside the lake and beneath the trees, which compose his loneliness. There they were moving lightly with the wind, like they were dancing, looking like they were dancing. Friends, here writer says the golden daffodils. But the real color of the daffodil is yellow. But here writer wants to give a divine look, so he says golden daffodils. Let's learn the figure of speech used here. The first line is a simile, third line a crowd, and fourth line a host is personification, because a crowd and host of human beings. So it is personification. Sixth line fluttering and dancing, also personification. Here daffodils are continuously personified as human being, because human being can only dance. So daffodils are continuously personified as human beings. Let's learn second stanza. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they traced in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Here writer says they were spreaded continuously like twinkling stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Friends, here the galaxy we are living is Milky Way galaxy. So writer says they were spreaded like the stars on the Milky Way galaxy and stretched to the infinite distance. Wherever his eyes can reach, he could see them. He could see 10,000 daffodils at a glance. The writer says he could see 10,000 daffodils at a one glance, tossing their heads. Or they were looking like dancing, lively dancing with the wind. Let's learn the figure of speech used here. Here in this stanza, writer used a hyperbole in the line 10,000 saw I at a glance. Because at a glance one cannot see 10,000 at a time. So here writer has exaggerated. So it is hyperbole. First line is a simile as is used here. Sixth line personification, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. First line simile, second, third line till a never end. Writer used hyperbole. Then fifth line 10,000 again hyperbole, tossing their heads in sprightly dance is also personification. So in this stanza, simile, hyperbole and personification, these three figure of speech are used. Let's learn third stanza. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought that wealth the so to me had brought. Here writer says the daffodils were moving their heads in a rhythm or you can say like a dancing. Here writer says the daffodils were moving their heads in a rhythm or dancing, and beside them there were waves too. That means beside them waves were also dancing, which were dancing in the lake. But here writer says, though they both are dancing, but the lively dance of the daffodils was far better, attractive and joyful than the waves. Again he says the joyful company, jocund company means joyful company of these flowers was pleasurable. He kept looking on the daffodils and their dance, and that brought happiness to him. Fourth stanza. For often when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Here writer explains why daffodils were a great gift to him. Why he is getting pleasure. He says he often sits on his couch in a pensive or upset mood, or sometimes vacant mood. The image of daffodils flashes through his inward eyes to his mind. That is his spiritual vision. That when he was in pensive mood or upset mood, the image of daffodils flashes through his inward eye. These memories then becomes the source of joy in his solitude. His heart filled with pleasure and dances with the daffodils. That means when he used to sit in pensive mood or upset mood, or his mind was vacant. At that time, this daffodils image flashes through his mind eye, and these memories brings happiness and brought happiness. That's all. Thank you.